Investigators have released the name of the police officer who shot a suspected gunman on the South Hill Tuesday night. Officer Adam Valdez opened fire after the suspect allegedly pointed a gun at him and other officers at the scene. It's a story you saw first on KXLY4 News. And our Jeff Humphrey diagrams the use of force and why Spokane's police chief thinks his officer showed a lot of restraint.
We now know that only Officer Valdez fired his gun, and that may be because of his position in this automotive dog pile. This is the suspect's Jeep. We know this blue car belongs to a sergeant. We know this car belongs to a canine officer. And if either of these guys had started shooting, they'd be caught in a crossfire. That's why we think Valdez was in one of these two cars, and his backstop was an empty hardware store. While all the officers probably saw the threat, only Adam Valdez thought he had a safe shot.
Clearly, firearms discipline is something that we train for, something that we teach, that you don't have sympathetic reactions where multiple officers have their guns out and multiple officers fire on a suspect. And so again, I think this goes to the training, the discipline of the officers involved in an incredibly tense situation.
Because of broken windows on the passenger side of the Jeep, it appears that Dorfman was shot while he sat inside his car. The suspect wound up on the ground underneath a yellow tarp because the officers pulled Dorfman out of his vehicle and tried to render first aid, perhaps with a product called Quick Clot that can stop arterial bleeding.
I think it demonstrates, again, the professionalism of the Spokane Police Department and of the officers that were involved in this incident.
Also today, KXLY4 learned that when police arrested Dorfman after a January 19th pursuit that started as a shoplifting at the general store, they found a loaded .38 caliber pistol in the trunk, which means Dorfman, a convicted felon, had to arm himself with a different gun before this deadly showdown earlier this week on Spokane's South Hill. Reporting in Spokane, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.